What if I told you that the ultimate financial hack of our generation is straight up a trap designed to keep you broke forever? Over half of young shoppers think they're beating the system, but the reality hits different when you look at the raw data. There's a silent epidemic destroying the bank accounts of millions of young Americans, and it doesn't come from a traditional bank or a credit card company. It hides behind bright pink logos and smooth checkout buttons on your favorite shopping apps. A massive two-thirds of young adults using these services have stepped right into a financial landmine. This video is about how 66% of Gen Z got burned by Klarna and why the exact same thing might be happening to your wallet right now without you even realizing it. No cap, this is not just a glitch in the system. It is a psychological trap engineered by billion-dollar corporations to make you spend money you do not have. By the time this video ends, you will know exactly how these apps trick your brain, what it's truly costing your future, and how to take back control of your cash moves today. Meet Jake. Jake is a 26-year-old American male living in Austin, Texas, working a standard 9-to-5 corporate job. He makes $55,000 a year and considers himself pretty good with money because he doesn't carry massive credit card debt. But last month, Jake wanted to level up his style for a weekend trip to Miami. He found a sleek designer jacket online for $400. $400 felt like a lot to drop all at once from his checking account. But right at the checkout screen, a bright pink option popped up. Split it into 4 easy, interest-free payments of just $100. Jake thought, this is a total money move. He hit the button without a second thought. 2 weeks later, Jake saw a pair of sneakers for $200. $50 every 2 weeks? That's practically free, he told himself. By the time his trip rolled around, Jake had layered 4 different bi-weekly plans on top of each other. He felt like he was living his best life without ever breaking the bank. But then the first of the month arrived. Jake dead-ass forgot that all these micro-payments were scheduled to hit his account at the exact same time. On a Tuesday morning, his phone buzzed with an alert. His checking account got hit with 3 separate automatic withdrawals, while his rent payment was simultaneously processing. Just like that, Jake was broke on paper, forcing him to scramble and pull money from his savings just to buy groceries that week. He's low-key not the only one. He's just Gen Z statistic number whatever million. Jake is not alone in this trap. The phenomenon he fell for is called Buy Now, Pay Later, or BNPL. Fintech giants like Klarna, Afterpay, and Affirm have completely taken over the online retail landscape. They pitch themselves as the anti-credit card. They promise zero interest, no hard credit checks, and absolute freedom for your budget. But let's be real for a second. These companies are not operating a charity. A research study tracking young adults on digital payment platforms revealed that an astonishing 66% of Gen Z users have experienced a major problem, ranging from severe overspending to missed payments and sudden surprise fees. 66%? That's not a minority falling through the cracks. That's the majority of an entire generation. The core problem is frictionless spending. Traditional credit cards make you look at a big, scary credit limit and a monthly bill staring back at you. Buy now, pay later platforms do the exact opposite. They slice a high price tag into tiny, digestible chunks that make your brain completely misjudge the actual cost of the item. Think of it like a pizza. If someone hands you a massive, extra-large pizza and tells you to eat the whole thing right now, you'll stop, because it's obviously too much. But if they slice it into tiny squares and feed them to you one by one over an hour, you'll end up eating the entire thing without ever feeling full. That's exactly what Klarna does to your disposable income. Federal Reserve data shows that nearly 25% of BNPL users fell late on a payment recently, up significantly from previous years. These apps don't prevent debt. They simply camouflage it so well that you don't notice you're drowning until you're already underwater, gasping for air. If this is already making you rethink things, go ahead and smash that like button. It literally takes 1 second and helps more people find this information. Let's look at the actual math, because the math ain't mathing for your long-term wealth. When you use these services, you are not saving money. You are aggressively borrowing against your future self, one tiny payment at a time. Let's go back to Jake. Between that jacket and those sneakers, he's now running 2 active BNPL plans, plus a couple older ones still trickling out. Add it up, and Jake is routing roughly $150 out of his pocket every single month in split payments. To his brain, it feels like small change. But let's look at the massive opportunity cost over time. If instead of sending that $150 to a fintech company for clothes and tech gadgets, Jake redirected that exact same cash into a standard index fund, growing at a conservative 8% annually, the numbers get visceral fast. In 5 years, that simple pivot builds a nest egg of over $11,000. In 10 years, he's looking at $28,000 of cold, hard cash sitting in his name. If he keeps that wealth-building habit alive for 20 years, that small monthly payment transforms into an incredible $95,000. That's nearly $100,000 sacrificed just to have trendy items a few weeks faster than everyone else. The true cost of using these apps isn't the price on the tag. It's the massive wealth you're actively erasing from your own retirement future, dollar by dollar, click by click. Why do smart people like Jake stay completely stuck in this loop? It's because these apps are masterfully engineered around a powerful cognitive bias known as anchoring. When your brain sees a designer item priced at $400, the anchor gets set at $400. But the moment Klarna displays a price of $100 today, your mind subconsciously resets that anchor. You genuinely start to believe the item only costs $100. This is corporate manipulation at its absolute finest, no cap. Behavioral economists have found that about 38% of shoppers admit that using these services makes shopping feel less financially real than using a debit card or physical cash. The platforms are deliberately designed to completely remove the psychological pain of paying. When you hand over physical cash, your brain registers a loss immediately. When you type in a credit card number, there's at least a slight delay, a moment of friction. But when you use a one-click split payment, the system bypasses your rational mind entirely, triggering a massive hit of dopamine without any immediate financial consequence whatsoever. The entire system is intentionally engineered to weaponize your impulses against you. They don't want you thinking about the total balance. They want you living completely in the present moment, totally blind to the fact that you're slowly bleeding your monthly cash flow to death through 1,000 microscopic cuts you never even feel. That's not bad luck. That's a 66% success rate for them. Breaking free from this cycle does not require you to live like a monk. It just requires a systematic strategy to outsmart the software that was built to outsmart you. You can level up your money moves starting today with 4 clear, actionable steps. First, implement the 24-hour checkout rule. Never buy an item using a split payment option the very first time you see it. Force yourself to close the app, leave the item sitting in the cart, and wait a full calendar day. If you still want it 24 hours later, you must pay for it in full using your debit card. No installments allowed. Second, completely audit your active digital payment methods. Go into your phone settings right now and delete your saved cards from these payment apps. Removing that automated checkout option creates immediate physical friction, forcing your brain to wake up before you confirm a purchase you might regret. Third, build a dedicated trend fund. If you love buying clothes or upgrading tech, create a separate checking account specifically for your lifestyle spending. Put a fixed amount of cash in there every single month. If the money's there, you buy the item. If the account's empty, you don't buy it. No cap, it's that simple. Fourth, track every single BNPL plan you currently have active in one place. A notes app, a spreadsheet, anything. Most people get blindsided because they forget how many plans are stacked on top of each other. Seeing the real total number staring back at you is often the wake-up call you need. We can see this exact transformation in Jake. Once he realized he was leaking cash, he deleted his accounts and adopted the 24-hour rule. The next time he wanted a pair of running shoes, he waited, saved up the money from his corporate salary, and bought them outright. For real though, he no longer had mysterious payments hitting his account on payday, finally allowing him to build a real savings buffer for the first time. Your financial future is worth way more than a temporary rush from an online shopping cart. Don't let billion-dollar tech companies manipulate your hard-earned income into tiny payments that quietly add up to a massive lifetime deficit. Real financial freedom comes from owning your assets outright, not financing your entire lifestyle in 4 easy installments. If you're serious about building real wealth and not just talking about it, subscribe to Growbit US. We drop videos every week that actually move the needle on your finances. Drop a comment below and tell me, have you ever used a service like Klarna or Afterpay? And did you ever lose track of the payments stacking up? I read every single one. And hey, if you know someone who needs to hear this, share this video with them right now. It might be the most valuable thing you send them all year. Keep pushing forward, stay disciplined, and I'll see you in the next one. Time to level up. This is Growbit US.